This woman is going viral for saying that she was not attracted to her husband when she first met him. Now, some do not like what she said. Some think it's okay. Personally, I have my opinion. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, or welcome to Uncle ABL. And in today's video, we're talking about a young lady who has gone viral all over the internets because of what she said about her husband. She said that she was not attracted to this man when she first met him. She usually goes for the light-skinned pretty boy type dude, and this dude was the exact opposite. He looking like Guwap in 2007, looking like me in 2007. That kind of guy she was normally not attracted to. Now they're married. Now some say that she was wrong for this. How dare you embarrass that man? This is ridiculous, all kind of stuff. Now, personally, I wouldn't have said something like that on the internets about my wife if I was married. However, I'm not mad at her. This whole thing about having to be attracted to your significant other is kind of a new thing, and it's really a luxury that the majority of the world cannot afford. Now, before I go any further, let's play another clip that's similar to the next one we're going to play, which is what I played from the beginning. And I just want to give the male side and the female side, so it's not just one-sided. All right. Now, this guy obviously is not her husband. It's just a random guy on the internets. I'll link to this video and the other in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Oh, some of you ain't know, I've been married for the past 5 years, and I'll be honest, I was not attracted to my wife when I first met her. She was not my speed. She's like the complete opposite of who I normally go after, but I just decided to give her a chance. Like I said, once again, she was not my type. She was not that attractive to me. But there was just something about her. I met her. We talked for a couple days. We hung out. She seemed very supportive. So I'm like, why not? I mean, you're not my type, but I'm going to give you a chance because I normally go for this type. And then after a while, she just grew on me. Her looks grew on me in about the 48, 72 hour mark, in the sense of, I think I can do this. What I'm trying to get at is, just because you're not attracted to someone does not mean you don't give them a chance. Now, some of you are infuriated with me right now talking about, why do I need to embarrass my wife like that? Why do I need to talk about her looks when I can just talk about the positives and not embarrass her on the internet? So why are you mad at me trying to hold me accountable for the words that I'm saying, but you not in her comment section talking about, girl, you didn't need to embarrass that man on the internet like that?
That's a point right there. That's definitely a point. And again, I'm not really mad at him either. I'm not mad at him, except for like the whole thing about, you embarrassing your wife, even though it's a true thing and you being real. You shouldn't have said that. Now, I'm not quite sure if he was being serious, if that's his real experience, or if he was just making a point. Either way, I understand what he said all the way around. Now, let's get to this here. I am not attracted to my husband. Let's watch.
Okay, so I've been seeing this a lot with Clarence and Queen, but it's genuinely true. Like, you cannot date your type. If you are constantly dating your type and it ain't working out, girl, check them DMs. Look at his picture. If it's like, that's the one. I'm telling you, baby. When I met my boyfriend, who's my husband now, he even tell you, baby, it took me a little minute to, you know what I'm saying? It took me about 2 days to start liking him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being for real. About 2 days, okay? Because I was so used to like talking to light-skinned boys, or just talking to boys who were more
Pretty boys. Pretty boys. That's what you want to say, pretty boys. And can I say something right quick? And please pardon the freeze frame. But a lot of women, black women sometimes especially, will go for looks when it comes to a man. And at the same time, they want him to be agreeable. They want him to be more submissive to them, because some of them are kind of domineering. You could tell she's kind of dressed a little bit masculine. That might be a little bit of bulldagger energy. So she's going for that kind of guy that she could kind of be a little bit strong over while he's at the same time attractive. But see, that's typically what a woman does. That's kind of her role that she feels, the submissive and attractive. This is why a lot of these guys are on the down low. Gay guys undercover. You're going for the same kind of guy that would be gay, but you don't know that, or you're just choosing to ignore it. But I digress.
Worried about their self, right? I done met a roughneck country bumpkin who would do everything for me, and I almost passed him up because he was dark skinned, a little rough. Oh, y'all, when I tell you I would have been out here working 3 jobs, I was with them. I'm telling you right now. They care about this stuff. They're going to have you out here working 3 jobs just to fulfill what they need in their
because they're the woman, you're the man. You are taking on the masculine role. Now, wouldn't you prefer to be in your feminine? Wouldn't that be much better for you as a woman rather than trying to be a man?
Purpose in life. Baby, my man ain't never told me to go get no job. When he came to see me and he told my mom and them, he said, no, I want to take her so I can take care of her. I got this. My daddy handed me over so freely because he said, oh, okay. Because his actions had already shown who he was. I'm telling y'all.
Your dad know what time it is. Your dad knows exactly what time it is. 100%. He saw what kind of guys like, yeah, go with him. Hey, go ahead.
This man learned I was a vegetarian then. When he met me, this man learned everything that I like to eat. I got out of practice one day, out of basketball practice. I was so tired, so hungry. I went to go see him.
Basketball practice, exactly. I'm seeing the energy. I already know what time it is.
He pulled out my favorite. I'm telling you, if he wanted to, he would. That's why I be looking at people like, girl, my man Ben showed me who he was in 2011. I ain't never letting go. I ain't never letting go. This is us. When I tell you I'm never letting go of that, because he ain't never letting me go. And when you got somebody that ain't never letting you go because you ain't never letting them go, baby, get out of here. I'm just saying, for real though, like, y'all please stop dating like that. Like, it's kind of like a fairy tale. Seriously. Why are you dating somebody that is like as beautiful as you are? Let them be obsessed with you. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, whatever. But I ain't even gonna lie, girl. After those 2 days, that 48 hours, baby, he had me so dipped. My doggone nose was so wide open. I had just knew I loved that man and he loved me too. I ain't even lying. We fell in love so quick, like so fast. And when I tell you he's so fine to me, like I will lick. My husband is so fine to me.
There you go. So shout out to her. Again, I will link to both of those videos in the box. But let me come back so you can see me clearly. As I was saying from the beginning, and as she said, this whole thing about looks, it's really a fairy tale. And it's a luxury that the majority of the world cannot afford to have. It's simple. Back in the day, and still now you had arranged marriages where you turn a certain age, your parents, the village, whoever will say, okay, here's your husband, here's your wife, y'all are married, that's it. Oh, well, she's not a certain, he's not 6 foot tall. Here's your wife, here's your husband, and that's it. And also, even if not for arranged marriages, you had just regular everyday marriage in the USA before social media, before cell phones existed, before computers existed. What did you do? You dated right in your town. You from the middle of nowhere, Podunkville, USA. You don't have many options. You got the girl next door you probably grew up with, maybe the girl down the street, and that's pretty much it. So your options were limited. Same thing for the women. It didn't have this pool of alpha Chad, super Chads to be able to pick from the way they do now on their phones. They got with whoever was right there for the most part, if they got married at all. A lot of men throughout history never get married and never have children. Even right now, with all the access we have, social media, everything, still, I would say the majority of men don't have children. Or 50% of men do, 50% of men don't. So this idea of having this perfect trophy wife or this super alpha Chad, 6'8" basketball player is going to be faithful and is rich as Jeff Bezos, these things are fantasies and were not even in the realm possibility before the advent of social media. Now with social media, I mean, a woman may have a brief period of time with this guy, a week, 2 weeks, but that's about it. It's not realistic for a long-term thing. So as I close, I want to say this. I think the moral of both of these videos is have realistic expectations, and looks shouldn't necessarily determine whether you're with somebody or not. Yes, to a certain extent, you don't want your significant other to be 1,000 pounds, to be the size of a whole baby grand piano. I understand that. But realistically, and I think men know this more than women, in my humble opinion. Realistically, we know, okay, we can't have 2007 Rihanna on our arm. That'd be nice. That'd be fantastic, but it's a dream. We look for a more realistic, down-to-earth person. Do we get along? Does she have a good family? Will she be a great mother to my children? That's what we think about. Okay. Do I like her? Do I get along with her? Because I'm going to add this piece. I've dated some women that everybody watching this video will be like, wow, that's what y'all would say. And I know that for 100% certain. And I don't even post nothing about what I do. But if I did, you'd be like, how'd you do that? Anyway, some of these women will work your nerves completely to death. I'm talking about completely to death. So when you see X, Y, and Z, A-list, beautiful female celebrity, and she says, oh, in my marriage, there was infidelity. He cheated on me. Normies will say, how could this guy cheat on her? She's so beautiful. But do you know her? I'm not saying it's okay to cheat on your wife, but you understand what I'm saying. Just because she's beautiful and maybe the most beautiful in the opinion of many people does not mean that she's a good person. It does not mean that she's a tolerable person. She will get on my nerves the same as anybody else. Looks and that don't matter. Now, of course, if she looks really good, she can get away with a little bit more than somebody who doesn't. But somebody who is not necessarily the most attractive and is not super beautiful, they have an advantage over a super beautiful woman because of how they behave, because of the connection, because of the chemistry. Ultimately, that is what matters overall. If you're able to get everything that some moon and stars, fantastic. Realistically, we're not able to get that. That's just what it is. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.